Don't you sometimes, Alex, when you open up your internet and your emails, don't you look at it and feel numb? You know
yeah.
what I mean? Just numb.
Well, sometimes I get numb. More often I get absolutely outraged. But
I used to, I used to be in the outrage thing. Now I'm into numb. And
I hear you, Charlotte.
I'm numb.
Got a break. Stay right there. We're going to come back at 2 more segments with you. Then I'm getting into Big Sis. She's taking over the whole country.
Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing non-hybrid seeds in secret storage vaults near the Arctic Circle? Did you know that in a real meltdown, non-hybrid seeds can become more valuable than silver or gold? It's true, seeds have outperformed even gold and silver before in this country, and it's possible that could even happen again. So our friends at Solutions from Science have put together the perfect mix of non-hybrid seeds. They call it a survival seed bank, and it can produce an endless supply of nutrient-dense food for you and your family. And here's the best part. These seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, and you actually get enough seeds to plant a full acre crisis garden. So visit them today at survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com, or give them a call at 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. Remember, in a real crisis, non-hybrid seeds are the ultimate barter item. This is Alex Jones for survivalseedbank.com.
Going solar for cheap is as easy as 1, 2, 3. If you want to go solar but thought the setup costs were too high, now you can build your own solar panels for less than $200. Don't laugh. We've sold over 45,000 solar do-it-yourself kits. Watch our introduction video at 123cheapsolarvideo.com. The video is free, but it won't last long. Save money on electric bills and get off the grid. Go to 123cheapsolarvideo.com right now. Our website again is 123cheapsolarvideo.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Calling all manufacturers from across the United States. Are you eager to have people buy your products right here at home instead of having them buy competing products made on the other side of the world? Do you want to build your business while helping boost our nation's economy at the same time? Then localmakers.com is the website for you. Our site provides an easy way for manufacturers to connect with customers within their local community as well as across the United States. From the small manufacturer who works out of their home to the large manufacturers across the U.S. Localmakers.com connects customers to the closest manufacturer by simply entering their zip code. So if you make your own goods and want to expand your market, go to localmakers.com and put your products on one of our shelves. If you're not a local manufacturer but know someone who is, take advantage of the localmakers.com referral program and earn income by getting others to join. Simply go to localmakers.com and register. There's no cost to join. That's localmakers.com. Visit localmakers.com today.
Carol Quigley, writing for Tragedy and Hope, he was commissioned by the U.S. government for high-level State Department employees to actually understand the globalist agenda so that they could carry out this operation against us. Now, the argument that the two parties should represent opposed ideas and policies, one perhaps on the right and the other on the left, is a foolish idea, acceptable only to the doctrine and academic thinkers. Instead, the two parties should be almost identical so that the American people can throw the rascals out, in quotes, at any election without leading to any profound or extreme shifts in policy. And we're already seeing the Republicans that have gotten into office, the leadership, continuing everything. But so much of it is just lies. I mean, the public doesn't even understand how big corporations work, so you try to tell them, hey, insurance companies wrote the health care bill. It's a fact. The health care lobbyist head was for it. They wrote it. You tell them that, they're like, shut up, you work for the insurance companies. The oil companies, the big mega companies, wrote the carbon tax takeover because they're owned by the banks. You tell the average liberal that, they just cannot listen to you because they're brain damaged. They're brainwashed, just like a mainline conservative. You explained to them that big agribusiness wrote the takeover of the farms and ranches, this Food Safety Act. They won't go check that that's a fact and that big agribusiness bankrolled it. Liberals think big government's there to help them. Conservatives think big corporations are there to help them. They don't know big corporations created big government to give them government power to rob you. Going back to Charlotte Iserbyt, I just want to point out, folks, that there's only 800 of these books, and I'm kind of shocked because looks like we've already sold 20% of them in the last 50 minutes. I mean, this book's basically been pretty much out of print, and Charlotte's been selling them again on her site, but now we've bought them all, and they're available discounted at Infowars.com or 888-253-3139. Every educator needs to have this. Every school board needs to be shown this. This is their internal documents. This is the smoking gun proof. This is how we bring the criminals to justice. The average person won't believe this stuff because it's so outlandish, but look at what our country's begun. I mean, look what it's turned into. No dodgeball, no chase, no hugging. It's prisoner training.
Oh, yeah, it really is. And, Alex, I think that I'm so glad that you have bought the remaining copies. And I would recommend for these books should be going into the hands of, there are good educators out there, and make sure they get into the hands of good educators and legislators who are on education committees in your state legislatures, because, as I said, it's going to be very, very difficult, and we may not win this battle. But the only way we can go right now is to try to hold on to the traditional structure of the school with the superintendent, the elected school board.
Well, Charlotte, look what happened a year ago.
And a K through 12 curriculum. Let me point out, the new curriculum that's going into Maine, it's terrible. It's going to, some students will graduate at 14 years old and some at 21. There will be no grades anymore. I mean, K through 12.
No summer?
No A, B, C, D. It's all school to work.
No summer?
What?
They're trying to get rid of summer education, but look how they're also in Illinois and California. Remember that case 2 years ago where the state announced, we own your children, you can't homeschool? I mean, that shows their mindset.
Well, yeah, and so the thing is, we've got to go all the way back. Get rid of the Department of Ed in Washington. Get rid of your State Department of Ed in your state. Once Americans understand what they're doing right now, and they're using school choice to do it, do not forget that, folks. That's the key. They're using that. It's the most evil deceit. In my career, ever since I went abroad and came back and went through everything I've been through, this is the most evil deceit.
Well, Charlotte, stay there. We got a break. 1 minute, final segment. We're going to have you pop in again next week before you go out of town. This is so important. I want to explain to people how they are federalizing, corporatizing schools.
This is GCN, the Genesis Communications Radio Network.
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used pure soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Cal-Ben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support InfoWars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother. Mainstream media. Government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Well, it's going out of print when these 800 books are gone, and the way it's going, that might happen in the next day or two. They're available at Infowars.com. Hope you get them. Hope when Charlotte gets back from her vacation around the world that she brings them back into print. Charlotte, I mean, so you're done. This is it. When these are out, that's it.
Yes, it is, because the book is available as a free download. People don't have to read the whole thing at once, but they can go to the index and check anything that they see and just look at it.
Yeah, well, you're a sweetheart for doing that, but people don't seem to pay attention to something a lot of times when it is a download.
No, I know.
It's good to give teachers and educators this big phone book hardcover. We've got hardcovers as well, or soft cover, and go, boom, drop it on their desk.
They need it badly. Give it to people who will use it. Now, Alex, I'm emailing to your office a really superb, I think it's the best thing that's ever been put together. A friend of mine helped me put it together. I wrote it, basically, but it's called The Death of Free Will. And it's about the Reinventing Schools Coalition that's going all over the country. And I told you about the kids that graduate at 14 and ones at 21. The whole public school system is being completely dismantled to put this in. Now this particular article covers all the old quotes, some of which I've used today. It covers, there's some clicks for some video of Jed Brown, a great educator who died a few years ago, who explains behavioral conditioning. He had his own rats when he was going through university training in psychology. That's a click on the internet. People can see that. I'm sending this through to you. It's called The Death of Free Will, December 2010. And Alex, if you would put that up on your website, I would appreciate it.
Absolutely. In fact, when we say bye to you here in a moment, I will make sure that you're sending it to the right person. We'll post it within the next 20 minutes or so at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com in its entirety. And I think we did shut down your website. We were trying to access it a few minutes ago, and it was frozen and basically down. But again, just amazing work you've done. So bottom line, they federalize the schools. They bring in the Skinner brainwashing. Now they've wrecked them. Now they're corporatizing the schools, when what we really need is the counties and cities to run the schools. We don't really have real independent school districts anymore. We need to get back to that and kick the feds out because, and again, you were there. You headed this up. You witnessed it. This is their plan.
I saw the whole thing, and the fact that it happened under Ronald Reagan is just so shocking. And not only did it happen in the department under him, but then he went even, to Geneva and signed the agreements with the Soviet Union so that he could put the Soviet system in.
Briefly, we've got a minute and a half left. I mean, that's on record, but folks don't know about the UNESCO agreements. Tell people.
Well, the UNESCO agreements are really not, though. I mean, they're horrible. They were in 1948, and they're the whole value chain.
Sure, it's just from the Gorbachev stuff I've read that continues on that line. But just briefly, then, the Soviet agreement.
The Soviet agreement is putting in the method, getting rid of grades, getting rid of competition, putting in the community stuff and all, which we see today. Everything's community, this and that. And there's some really interesting documents in my book about American educators who visited the Soviet Union and went through their schools and talked about, and this is back 40, 50 years ago, and said, we don't have that here. Well, by God, we have it now.
Communitarianism.
He did what he did.
Agenda 21, communitarianism,
yes.
Where the children are little tattletale spies who can't even write their names.
Oh, yes. I mean, they're